Hello everyone, welcome to this video lecture of engineering hydrology. In this particular video, we are going to discuss about water budget equation, which is also known as hydrological budget. Now before knowing about the water budget equation, we should know what is a budget. A budget is an estimate of income and expenditure for a set period of time. For example, suppose you want to calculate the monthly budget of your home. So first you need to calculate your income and then you need to calculate your expenditures. Suppose your income is maybe your salary, your parent salary. So your salary maybe, okay, your salary and your parent salary is total maybe 75,000, okay, and the expenditures may be comprises of they comprises of your house rent, then electric bill, okay, then maybe your salary of your maid salary, then maybe your car loan, car EMI, okay, then a monthly grocery price, monthly grocery, okay. So these are your expenditure. Maybe your house rent is maybe 8,000, okay, your electric bill may be 1,000, your maid salary may be 6,000, your car EMI may be 10,000, then your monthly grocery may be 5,000. So these are your all expenditures. So your total expenditure is 9,000, 15,000, 21,000, okay. So 21,000 is maybe your expenditures. So what is your total saving? So your saving is, your saving for this 1 month, your saving is 75,000 minus 21,000 equal to 54,000. So this is your saving for a particular month, okay. So we will apply this same concept in the water also, and thus we will get the water budget equation, okay. So the concept of budget is income minus expenditure equals to saving, okay. So for water in a particular catchment area, the inflow of water minus the outflow of water will be equals to the storage of water, okay. See, now this is a diagrammatic representation of water budget equation, okay. So basically water budget equation is mass inflow of water from a catchment area minus the mass outflow of water from a catchment area equals to the change in storage in that catchment area. So let me write it here. For a catchment area in an interval of time del t, the continuity equation of water in its various stages can be given by the mass inflow of water in that catchment area minus mass outflow of water in that catchment area equals to change in storage. Okay. This mass inflow of water can be denoted by I, the mass outflow of water can be denoted by O, and the change in storage can be denoted by del S. Okay. So this is the basic concept of water budget equation, and this is the basic form of water budget equation. So basically this is same as we just calculate the monthly budget of our home. This is our monthly income is the mass inflow of water, and the monthly expenditure is our mass outflow of water, and our saving is our storage basically. Okay. So this is the basic concept of water budget equation, and this is the basic or fundamental form of water budget equation, or you can say hydrological budget. Okay. Now we will expand this equation. So we just derived that inflow minus outflow equal to change in storage. Okay. So if we consider a catchment area, then what are the inflows? If you consider a catchment area, what are the inflows of water? It is only the precipitation, right? The precipitation is the inflow. And what are the outflows? There are various outflows. The first one is the loss of water due to evaporation, right? The loss of water due to evaporation, we just simply write it as evaporation. Evaporation. Then loss of water due to transpiration. So loss of water due to transpiration, that is T. Then runoff, that is R, and the net groundwater flow. Okay. Now if we put inflow equals to the precipitation and outflow equals to the summation of all this evaporation, transpiration, runoff and net groundwater flow, in this particular equation we will get P minus E minus T minus R minus G equal to delta S. Here P is precipitation, E equal to evaporation, T is our transpiration, R is our runoff, and G is net groundwater flow. So this is the water budget equation. Okay. Now we can write this water budget equation in another form, that is known as rainfall runoff form. Okay, now let it write water budget equation. In the form of rainfall runoff. Okay, rainfall runoff. Okay, so here we can write it here as R equals to P minus L. Here R is our runoff. Okay, P is actually precipitation, or you can say it as rainfall, right? And L is losses. L is losses. So what kind of losses is that? See, this loss is actually water not available to runoff, or you can say the water which do not contribute to the runoff. Okay, so this loss is comprises of water loss due to evaporation, water loss due to transpiration, and the surface storage, that is del S, and the net groundwater flow, that is G. So this loss is equals to that. So if you put this L equals to E plus T plus del S plus G, then again you will get that P minus E minus R minus G minus T equal to del S, which is similar to the water budget equation that we derived earlier. You can see this is the water budget equation that we derived now, and earlier we derived this equation. These two equations are exactly same. Okay, but if it is asked you to write this water budget equation in the rainfall runoff form, then you should write it like this. Okay, but both the equations are basically same. Okay, now we are going to solve a numerical on water budget equation. So the problem is saying the average surface area of a reservoir in the month of June is 20 km square. In the same month, the average rate of inflow is 10 meter cube per second. Okay, the outflow rate is 15 meter cube per second. The monthly rainfall is 10 centimeter, and the monthly seepage loss is 1.8 centimeter. The storage change is 16 million meter cube. Calculate the evaporation in that particular month. So the problem is saying, suppose this is a water body. Okay, this is a water body. Now this water body is having some amount of water. Okay, this is the initial water table maybe. Okay, this is the initial water table, and it is having a inflow of 10 meter cube per second. Okay, so the inflow means the amount of water that is coming into the water body, that is 10 meter cube per second. Okay, and the outflow means the water that is going out from the water body, it is 15, see the 15 meter cube per second, so which is going out from the water body, that is 15 meter cube per second. Okay, now apart from that, the monthly seepage loss is 1.8, which is also a kind of outflow. Okay, so the monthly seepage loss is 1.8 centimeter. Okay, now the monthly rainfall is 10 centimeter, means the precipitation is 10 centimeter, which is a kind of inflow. So the precipitation is 10 centimeter. Okay, now the storage change is 16 million meter cube. Due to these inflows and outflows, the storage has changed. Okay, suppose the storage has changed, and right now the water table is this is the water table, and this change of storage is means this is our del S. Okay, this value is our del S, and this is equal to 16 million meter cube, and also some amount of loss will be there from evaporation. Okay, so some amount of evaporation is occurring here. So the problem has asked to calculate this evaporation, this E value. We need to calculate this E value. Okay, so how can we calculate this? Let's see. So we know from water body equation that inflow minus outflow equal to change in storage. Okay, so what are the inflows? See, the inflow is 10 meter cube per second. Okay, so here the inflow is given in per second. We need to convert it for a particular month. So for the month of June, the total inflow will be 10 meter cube per second into 30 days, because the month of June has 30 days, right? Now this 10 meter cube per second, we need to convert these days to second, right? That is why into 30 into 24 into 60 into 60 and a second. So 10 into 30 into 24 into 60 into 60 meter cube per second into second. So this second and this second will vanish. So ultimately for the month of June, the value of I will be, see, 10 into 30 into 24 into 60 into 60 meter cube. Okay, so this is the volume of inflow. This is the volume of inflow, right? See, the unit is in meter cube, so this is the volume. Okay, so if we want to calculate the depth of inflow, then what we will do? So we will divide this volume with area, then we will get the inflow in terms of depth, right? So, right, see here, the inflow in terms of depth equal to 10 into 24 into 30 into 60 into 60 divided by, what was our area? Let's check. Area is 20 kilometers square. Okay, 20 kilometers square. So to convert it in meter square, we need to multiply it by 10 to the power 6. Okay, so this is meter cube and this will be meter square, then meter square, a meter cube, and it will be only meter. Okay, and the value will be 1.296 meter. Okay, so the inflow in terms of depth is 1.296. So this is inflow, and the water body is also having a 10 centimeter of precipitation, so that will also be inflow. Hence the total inflow will be inflow plus precipitation, right? So the inflow is 1.296 meter plus, let's see what is the value of precipitation. The value of precipitation is 10 centimeter, which is equal to 0.1 meter, right? So it will be 0.1. So the total inflow will be 1.396 meter. So this is the total inflow. Now we need to calculate the outflow. Now the outflow for June. What will be the outflow? See, the outflow will be 15 into for 30 days, and we need to convert this 30 days into second. 24 into 60 into 60. So it will be in meter cube. So this is the volume of outflow. Now if we want to calculate the outflow in terms of depth, then we need to divide it by area. So outflow in terms of depth with 15 into 30 into 24 into 60 into 60, and the area is 20 into 10 to the power 6. It is meter cube and this is meter square. So ultimate the value will be 1.944 meter. Okay, so this is the outflow in terms of depth. But what is the total outflow? See, the total outflow will be is equal to the outflow plus seepage loss, right? Seepage loss plus evaporation, because in all these processes the water is going out from the water body. So outflow is 1.944 meter, And what is the seepage loss? Let's check. The seepage loss 1.8 centimeter. Okay, this is 1.8 centimeter. It means 0.18 meter, right? So just put it here, 0.18 plus evaporation. Okay, so it will be equals to 1.962 plus. Okay, so now we need to calculate the del S. The del S is 16 million meter cube. It means the del S is also given in terms of volume. So now we first need to calculate the del S in terms of depth. Okay, so del S will be equal to 16 into 10 to the power 6 into 10 to the power 6. Okay, meter cube, meter square, so it will be equal to 16 into 10 to the power 6, 20 into 10 to the power 6 meter. Okay, now we need to put these all values in the equation. So the value of I, the total inflow was, this is the value of I, 1.396. 1.396 minus what is our outflow? See, this is the value of outflow. So outflow is 1.962. 1.962 plus E equal to, sorry, this will be 16 into 10 to the power 6, 10 to the power 6. So if we calculate this value, it will be equals to 0.234 meter. Okay, or it is 23.4 centimeter. Okay, so the value of evaporation is 23.4 centimeter. The question has asked to calculate the value of evaporation in centimeter. See, it was asked to calculate the value in centimeter. So the value of evaporation is 23.4 centimeter. Okay, so this is all about water budget equation. Now we will learn about the world water balance. Okay, so these are some data about the world water balance. Basically this data, actually this figure and this figure are showing same data, but the representations are a bit different actually, but this both figures are showing the same data. Actually from this data you may observe that from the 100% water of world, 97% of water is saline water and only 3% water is fresh water, and from that 3% of fresh water, 68.7% of water is in the form of ice and glacier, and 30.1% of water is groundwater, and only 0.3% of water is the surface water. Okay, so from this data we can understand that why we should not waste the water, because the world may have a huge amount of water, but out of that only 0.3 to 0.5% water is consumable. Okay, so okay, if you convert this data into some mathematical figure, then that will be like, say our world has 1386 million kilometer cube of water. Okay, and out of this water only 35 million kilometer cube of water is fresh water, and out of this 35 million kilometer cube water only 24.4 kilometer cube water is in the form of ice and glaciers. Okay, means this amount of water is in frozen state. It means out of this 1386 million kilometer cube of water, we have only 10.6 million kilometer of cube which is consumable, or which is readily available for consumption. So that is why we should understand why we need to use the water wisely, no matter what happens, but we should not waste our water. Okay, so this is it for today. If you have any doubt, please do comment. I will try to solve your doubts. Thank you.